Everyone, welcome back to the channel. I am back home from my trip. I was out of town for about a week, but that means I got to explore some record stores from where I was at. So, got to meet up with a friend. He took me quite around the trip of some good record stores, and I even went to some antique stores as well. And I actually got some surprisingly good finds at that antique store. But we'll probably save that for the next video, as this one's going to be kind of a part 1 and part 2 of a Beatles update. And for this part 1 is going to be all the CDs that I picked up. As you can see, I got some stuff piled up ready to show here. And then I'm going to show a few odds and ends that I got from the antique store. I'll show later on in the video. So we're just going to get right into it here, and I'm going to show you what CDs I picked up. And then the next video will be the albums and 45s that I found. So we're going to start right into it here with the stuff right in front of me. And this one came out in 2006. This is the Love interview disc. I'm guessing kind of promoting the Love album here. So yeah, this says this CD contains edit extracts from interviews with Paul McCartney, Ringo Starr, and George Martin, and his son Giles Martin, as they talked about the Love album. So there you go. There's the back. And this kind of insert here, if I can get it out without ripping it. There we go. Kind of give you a track by track of what the questions are and kind of who's answering and all that kind of stuff. So it looks like there's about 34 tracks in total, I guess, there. And I will take a listen to it in my car once I get some of these other CDs played. And here is what the CD looks like. Just kind of a more basic one, but kind of a nice design at the bottom there, make it stand out. And the blue kind of cover complements the orange one pretty well for the standard release. And then in the same store, I finally found John Lennon anthology here. It's not a box that's like super crazy expensive or hard to find. It just always kind of eluded me for some reason, and I finally found it. And then I found it. You can find these anywhere from $15 to $30 really. So it's not really a expensive box set. It's just a 4 CD set, and again, you should typically be able to find this pretty relatively available out there. Box slides on. The inside looks like, and this copy actually had the original receipt in here. Let's see. There's a Merry Christmas gift. Doesn't give me the actual amount here, but they got it 1998 when this came out. So there you go, original receipt there. And here is CD1. And a lot of this stuff will have different outtakes, versions of songs, also kind of some spoken parts, I believe, as well. So here is what the CD looks like on the inside, and what the CD looks like. And looks like the first CD is almost over an hour long. So I guess it's a pretty good bang for your buck. It seems like. I still haven't listened to it yet, but you get 4 CDs and a booklet, and so far you got 2 hours worth of music right now. So that was the Ascot CD1, and this one is New York City CD2. So there's the front. There's all the tracks on the back, and then the gatefold as well. And then see if I can. There we go. That'll work. CD3 is going to be The Lost Weekend. And CD4 is going to be The Dakota. Yeah, all these CDs are going to be over an hour long, so I got close to 4.5 hours of material here for a $20 CD box set. That's not too bad. And then lastly, the last thing in the box is going to be the book here. So there's the book. There's the back, and it kind of just folds open like a CD, but the book is just kind of slides on out here. Got a lot of moving parts. It's like someone, maybe Matt, the guy who received it, that's where he stopped. That's where his bookmark was potentially. But looks like it gives some pretty good info, and all the lyrics are in the back. It looks like so. That'll be nice and handy. I'm going to take out the paper clip, since I'll probably have to start this book from the top instead of where he left off. So I'll put that all away here at some other time. This is what the box looks like on the inside. Got a picture, side, some lyrics on the back, and then the rest of the picture. So finally happy to have John Lennon Anthology in the collection. And then all these rest of the CDs are going to come from one other store as well. And we'll might as well stick with the John Lennon CDs here. I got a couple promotional items here. We got from the Imagine soundtrack, we got the CD single of Jealous Guy from 1988. And it's just one song on here, and it is Jealous Guy. So there's what the label looks like. And there's another look at the back. Yeah, nothing really too crazy about this one. It's just a CD single, but it is a promo technically. So I like picking those up when I can. So now I think I have the 45 promo, and now the CD single. So that's pretty cool. And then the last John Lennon item here today came from 2000, and it is Starting Over. And I'm going to take a quick look at what the track listing here. It is a promotional item here. Here's what the CD looks like, and the booklet is actually pretty substantial. So it looks like there's about 12 tracks here. Half of them are interviews, and then half of them are songs. So here's it kind of gives you all the questions of the interview questions. Looks like in the book, and then it tells you what songs are going to be played in between. The songs on here is Remember, God, Imagine, Give Me Some Truth, Just Like Starting Over, and then Walking on Thin Ice. So, not too sure what the interviews are. I will. Looks like it's a conversation with Yoko about John, Plastic Ono Band, Imagine Double Fancy, all that kind of stuff. And also some, quote, rare John Lennon spoken words as well. So, we'll see what that is all about. Again, I like playing CDs in my car. I'm still happy my my car still has a CD player, thankfully. So that is a good thing for me to listen to while I drive around. Okay. Let's go to the Beatles themselves. We've got a couple more CDs here from the Beatles, and it's going to be another little promo sampler type item. And this is from the Capitol Albums Volume 2. I have the long box versions of these box sets that came out in 2006 time frame. Yeah. So this is the sampler, and here's on the track listings. On here you get about 16 songs, so that's pretty good. And again, just picking from all the 4 albums from the CD set, and then it's just kind of on the Capitol Rainbow label there. As you can see, it's a denoted sampler on there as well. So promo sampler from 2006. So now I got to try to track down the Volume 1 sampler. I'm pretty sure that's a thing. And this one, honestly, wasn't really too familiar about it when I saw it in the rack, but I thought it was just kind of too cool to kind of pass up. But this is the Baby It's You, and they call this the Valentine's Day edition. So it kind of comes like a little card, and there's the back. This is when all the BBC stuff was coming out for the first time, officially. And then it opens up like that, and then it says "Happy Valentine's Day from us to you" on the top, and it has "Baby It's You" as a CD single. So I thought that was kind of cool. Um, you know, displayed on a disc during Valentine's Day, I guess. But I like the display aspect of it. CD just slides on out, and it's just on the Apple label. This one came out in 1994, and again, it is considered a promo. And yeah, promo and Valentine's Day edition. So I thought that was kind of fun. Little release there. They had two of them, and one was like $7 more. So I just picked the cheaper one. According to Discogs, the median is about 20. I think I got this for like $10. The other one was like 17. But it is what it is. So there's the back. And I'm sure I'll kind of just, it's not really a good way to store this as a normal CD. It's about half the size, or, this will be the next thing I'll show, obviously. So I'll have to probably just put it on my desk or something like that. All right, as you can see, you got some Paul McCartney stuff coming up next. And I might as well show this one as I just pull it out a couple seconds ago. And we got the promo single US version of Figure of Eight. So this has the 7-inch version and the 12-inch version. Has no front picture to it. That's just kind of the way it came. But the back looks like that. And here is what the CD looks like. Again, it just has the 7-inch version and the 12-inch version of Figure of Eight. And this one came out in 1989, again as a US promo single. Again, I kind of like picking up these promotional single or CD singles because they didn't really do too many physical 7 inches kind of during that 80s to 90s part. So I kind of viewed this more as like a 45 type item anyway. And then next up we have the Wingspan. Let's see if I can find it. From 2001. But this is what it's called. The special edition has a lenticular cover on it. So I have the normal version. I just didn't have the slipcase with the lenticular cover because you can slide this off and reveals kind of like a little felt booklet, which is nice. So that looks pretty cool. And here's what the back describes. Just some hits in history, all the stuff that they said about Wingspan. So you open this up. You got the hits CD. You got a booklet that folds through there. Some nice pictures there. And then you got the history CD as the second CD. So the only thing I guess really special edition about it is got the lenticular cover, and then it's kind of got more of a book felty type CD packaging compared to the other standard jewel case. But there's the back of the slip cover, and pretty much the classic hits in history up until 2001 from Paul McCartney and Wings. And the last item here is still going to be another Paul McCartney CD. And when I first saw this, I kind of got excited as I thought it was something else, but it still turned out to be pretty cool. Because I saw this like this. I thought it was the Off the Ground Complete Works, which is actually a pretty expensive CD. But the Complete Works has like a black background, that kind of thing. But this is the New World sampler. So again, this is a promotional sampler for Off the Ground, and then the same style picture of Paul there with All the Best. So this has about 17 songs per CD, and the sampler is not quite just Off the Ground. So this also has a pretty cool way of opening. So you open it up like this. And I was trying to get the other side open, but all you have to do is flip it around and open it from the other side. So that's kind of how it looks. So that's pretty cool. But back to the New World sampler, kind of during his touring year here from 1993. That's what the CD looks like. You got tracks from Hope of Deliverance, Maybe I'm Amazed, Get on the Right Thing, Off the Ground, Venus and Mars Rock Show, and Jet live version from Wings Over America, Biker Like an Icon, Hell on Wheels, 20 Flight Rot, I Had Enough, Looking for Changes, Smile Away, Magneto, Stranglehold, I Owe It All to You, Rockestra Theme, Come On People, and then finish on with Golden Slumbers, Carry That Weight, and The End. So you got a whole wide variety of songs throughout the years. So it was actually kind of a fun listen. I actually listened to this in my car already. And the other CD is actually in my car right now. So you'll see a blank CD spot here. But this is the track list for All the Best. So it has 17 songs on here. And I'm going to check. I forget what songs are, I guess, missing to make it kind of a sampler. I forget. 17 songs here. Doesn't look like it has Mull of Kintyre on it, and it doesn't have Once Upon a Long Ago. So that's interesting. So the 20 song UK has 20 songs, and then there's also a 17 song UK that emits Maybe I'm Amazed, Goodnight Tonight, and With a Little Luck. And then the US has 17 songs on it, emitting Pipes of Peace, Maybe I'm Amazed, and Once Upon a Long Ago. Anyway, I have to look that up a little bit. So anyway, here's the track listing of it. You guys can help me out of what's on here and what makes this a sampler, as it has 17 songs, just like the normal kind of CD and official release. So that's kind of interesting. Anyway, again, a cool kind of promotional release here. And then I'm going to show you one other thing that I found at the antique store. A couple of Ringo items here. I found this pretty kind of funny button. I'll probably wear this at the next record show, which is about in a week, so that'll be fun. But it's just kind of him advertising some products here. So kind of not the greatest picture of Ringo there, promoting the Sun Country Cooler, Demand a Classic. So I'll wear that at the record show. It'll be kind of fun. And then next up, I think this is a press kit picture. The more I look at it, the more I think it is. I have a Paul McCartney Press to Play press kit. It's kind of a similar style picture and all that kind of stuff. But this is for Ringo Starr's Vertical Man album. So here's the photo that comes with it. It has the Mercury label down there. And just kind of the photo credit who took it on the side there. And then this one also came with a kind of a postcard advertising Vertical Man, the 7-inch single of La Di Da, and also saying don't miss the performance of the VH1 Storytellers. So Mike from New Haven, Connecticut, let me know if you're watching this, if this was a promotional press kit or not. But that's what the back of the postcard looks like. So I'm pretty sure it is. You can read all the text at the bottom there, but it's just kind of saying like after a 6-year absence from the studio, Ringo returns for his Vertical Man record. So I thought that was pretty cool. Of course, they don't really have an album vinyl release of it yet to like put it with an album, so I might either try to frame it up. The Paul McCartney Press to Play press kit is pretty cool, but the pictures aren't the best. So I might try to replace that with this and stick the photos with the actual press kit and the album. If they ever release Vertical Man on vinyl, I'll probably stick these items into that album. So anyway, there's a part 1 with all the CDs and extra stuff that I picked up from my little road trip that I had. Part 2, again, will be the vinyl records, some 45s, and a couple other odds and ends that I picked up. So stay tuned for that. And with that, I will let you go. See you next time.